guys. I'm gonna talk to you about my experiences studying classics at university. What I recommend about it, what I wouldn't. So I am coming from this with a very linguistic orientated approach, more so than most people who study it. I was very set on mastering Latin and Greek. That was my only real interest. If I learned a bit of Roman history and a bit of literature, obviously literature more so, that'd be great. But it wasn't my primary focus. I was very dead set on the language. And in that regard, I would say it's not been great, classics. It hasn't really I haven't really found out what I set out to discover on my course. Because, frankly, the language classes that I've done throughout my course have been, I don't want to say too easy, because it's not that they're too easy, but their focus is not, they've got the wrong focus. So for me, I'm a big believer in learning a language in a very organic way, lots of exposure. That's how I learnt Italian. It's how you learn your native language. Obviously, when you grow up, you're a kid, it's easier to do that kind of stuff. And obviously you need a bit of grammar here and there, but I found the grammar teaching way too intense in university. It was just ridiculous, and they'd just be asking us questions like, parse this verb, what's the mood of this verb? Questions like this, when I just think, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what the verb parsing is, or who gives a fuck what the mood is, or it's like, it doesn't matter. What's the meaning? Can you make sense of the sentence? And that's the thing, you get to a point where you're taught how to parse a verb. The sentence in which that verb is in, you don't even fucking understand. So, for me, it's just the wrong way around. It's like, I would prioritise, if I was doing it, if I had my way, I'd prioritise understanding it over the meaning, right? Over the sort of meticulous detail of grammar, I would say. I do acknowledge that this, for some people, this is the really big thing, is the grammar, right? So I chalk it down more to a just difference in aims. So rather than anything insidious, I've had some really great lecturers in classics, and I just think we have a different approach to it. Mine's better. No, I'm joking. But I suppose what I'm trying to say is, if you want to study, if you think you're studying classics with a strong linguistics orientated approach, you want to learn you want to learn Latin like, I don't want to say like a modern language, because that's not quite what I mean, but you want to really you want to learn how to navigate Latin texts and read widely. I would say do classics at your own peril. I mean, quite where else you're going to study yeah, I don't know, but it's if you like, okay, I'll say it another way. If you like studying grammar, you like studying, you got, deducing, sort of working things out in your head, you like that aspect of learning a language, which I do too, but it's just not that, I wouldn't call it the primary thing that excites me about it. If that thing's your sort of bag, then I would say Latin is, classics is exactly what you're going to get out of it, right? Otherwise, I think I don't know. You might leave the degree with wanting more to discover. On the inverse side, you might find it quite an easy time because, once you memorise a few verb tables, it's kind of a piece of piss. Is another way of looking at it. So if you're really into languages, like I am, I would recommend, and you really want to learn classics, I would say go for it. Consider doing half one foreign language. So, so that side of your sort of academic interest is dealt with. That's what I'd do. But otherwise, I would say it's a good degree. I found the history parts of it really interesting. The literature parts of it really, it's all fascinating, and it's not really set me up for a job, but it does give you, if the more you put into it, the more you get out of it, and it's worth knowing what's come before you. And that's kind of what classics is all about. So yeah, I hope this makes sense. It's quite an interesting topic. This is not really so much the yes man idea, but I think, I don't know, everything feeds into all roads lead to Rome, right? So hope you found it interesting.